Imagine living in a time where mythical creatures aren't thought to be real, and then they suddenly started to emerge. Be it tiny cryptids or beasts that were known only as myths. This video is all about some of the weird beings that emerged from deepest, darkest, and weirdest places and the shocking development that followed.
Ajuda! Fica preparado, cara. Hein?
Late one night, a group of farmers noticed something moving in their fields. Curious, they went to investigate, but what they found left them shocked. There weren't just one, but two figures covered in black, their bodies covered by thick, wild hair. The creatures seemed to sense their presence and immediately turned toward them, closing the distance fast. Panic set in, and the farmers didn't waste a second. They ran as fast as they could, barely escaping whatever those beings were before they got too close. Even now, the farmers can't shake the feeling that they were being hunted by cryptids. Skinwalker defense. Inside a mountain village haunted by creepy creatures, a group of brave explorers decided to uncover the truth, taking all the necessary safety precautions. As the night grew darker, they went out, only to face the terrifying skinwalkers that had been scaring the villagers for years. The explorers, prepared for the encounter, had salt with them to create a protective circle, knowing that skinwalkers were afraid to cross it. They managed to keep the creatures at bay by staying within the circle. Since that night, the villagers have lived in peace, as the skinwalkers have never returned to the village. Walking terror. Exploring abandoned places can be scary, but it's even more terrifying when you're alone. That's what happened to this explorer when he entered an old house. As he moved through it, something caught his eye. It looked like a skeleton walking, but this thing moved like a zombie. The explorer stood in shock for a moment, but before he could react, it seemed to notice him. After that, no one ever heard about the explorer again. Some think the zombie-like entity took him, but no one knows what really happened. Some think it might have been a creature or entity that's been hiding in the shadows all along. Icy encounter. A researcher was out in the extreme cold, in the woods where there was no one else around. Suddenly, he heard the sound of footsteps on the ice. Curiously, he went to check. What he saw was shocking. Not one, but two humanoid reptilian figures moving across the frozen ground. Their movements were quick and focused, almost like they were chasing something or searching for it. The way they looked around made it feel like they were on a secret mission. Maybe they weren't just passing through, but had come with a bigger plan in mind. Unfamiliar sighting.
Olha aquele ali! Rapaz, que aquele ali, meu!
Captured by an explorer in 2014, a strange alien-looking figure was seen emerging from a cave high on the top of a mountain. The figure had translucent grayish-white skin, matching many descriptions of extraterrestrial beings. Its crouched posture and slow, careful movements seemed more like a cryptid than anything human. Many believe hidden cave systems could be home to beings not from this world. The encounter didn't end quietly. The figure actually went after the explorer, forcing him to run.
Você tá morando nessa caverna aí? Você precisa de ajuda? Fica preparado, cara. Hein?
Forest haunting. After moving into her new apartment, a woman started noticing strange things right away. Inside her home, objects kept moving on their own, so she set up a CCTV, and one night, her cameras caught something creepy. It recorded a creature crawling on her balcony, and it wasn't any creature. It looked like a thin, pale humanoid creature, a rake to be precise. It moved all the way to the other side of the balcony and disappeared, and when she watched the footage, she was scared and decided to leave before it came towards her. Crawling horror. A security camera at night captured a sight that scared the whole neighborhood. At the start, everything looked normal, just a quiet parking lot. But soon, a small human-like figure appeared, crawling on all fours. It moved strangely and started tearing down a poster from the wall. What made it even scarier was when it came close to the camera. Its face was clear and its eyes were glowing bright white. Some people believed it was a possessed child, while others thought it could be a cryptid being. In both cases, no one ever wanted to see it again. Goblin encounter. A ghost expert went into an abandoned house expecting to find a spirit, but what he saw was far from what he imagined. At first, the place felt empty. Then out of nowhere, he noticed a strange creature with weird ears just sitting there. Before he could figure it out, the creature started throwing stones at him. It then jumped off the roof, but he managed to see it again on the roof. There he saw it clearly. It was a goblin. Unlike stories of goblins being in mischief, this one just left quietly. Still, the expert didn't stay a second longer. Who knows what it might return? Camping encounter.
Yo, what's...
A group of friends were inside their camping tent enjoying the night when one of them spotted some weird movement near their camp. They panicked and rushed out in a hurry. As they ran across the field, one of them turned the camera back toward the tent.
Oh.
In the dim light, a strange figure appeared, standing still where they had been just moments before. It looked like a humanoid being, maybe a skinwalker. The friends were terrified and they never went back to that place again. Alien sighting. One night in Australia, a local was walking through the woods when he heard strange noises coming from deeper within. Curious, he moved closer to investigate. Sitting on a large rock, he spotted a bizarre creature with long stretched out arms. As it slowly turned its head, its dark alien-like eyes locked onto his. For a moment, he froze in shock, unsure whether he was looking at a mutated animal, a cryptid, or something from another world. Instinct quickly took over, and he knew he had to get out of there before anything worse happened. Woodland creature. While recording the empty road in the woods, a security camera captured a sight that was unexplainable. At first, everything seemed normal, but then a humanoid figure was seen walking toward the woods. What caught people's attention was its appearance. It didn't look normal at all. It was a massive humanoid, and it even had a tail, which led some to believe it could be a reptilian. Strangely, after that night, it was never seen again. No one knew where it had gone. Maybe it had hidden deep in the woods, leaving behind nothing but the spooky footage that still raises questions. Possessed Yeti.
Satu syarat yang saya inginkan.
While going back home at night, a hiker lived a nightmare. As he was walking down the path, a white beast suddenly appeared in front of him. It was a Yeti, but something was very wrong.
Bawakan terhadap.
This Yeti looked possessed, with glowing red eyes and strange, unnatural movements. It didn't move like it was in normal condition. The hiker decided to step back slowly, hoping not to make it angry, because if it had made me angry, it could have been a big problem. He decided to get away before anything worse happened. Devil sighting?
Outdoor!
You might have heard creepy incidents, but surely you have never seen this. Some friends were adventuring deep in the woods at night when they suddenly heard someone calling for help. Without thinking much, they ran toward the voice. As they reached the spot, they found a man lying on the ground, but what truly shocked them was the creature over him, a humanoid being with a devilish smile and big horns. It felt like they were staring at a devil itself. Somehow the friends gathered their courage, pulled the creature away from the man, and decided to leave the woods before anything worse could happen. Tourist disappearance. Wandering through the woods became weird when a tourist came across this terrifying sight. As he was walking ahead, a massive humanoid being suddenly appeared from the front and rushed straight toward him. In the panic, the tourist dropped his camera, but it kept recording. The only thing left was the scary footage showing the creature, which many believed to be an alien. After that moment, the tourist was never seen again. No one knows for sure what happened to him, but some think the alien might have taken him away. The peaceful woods were never the same after that. Crawling intruder. While recording the house, the security camera captured something that no one expected. A figure, covered in white with black hair, was seen crawling on all fours inside the house. It moved with an unnatural, weird grace, making it hard to look away. It looked like an evil spirit, and thankfully it didn't appear again, but just the sight of it was enough to frighten the homeowner, who now couldn't shake the feeling that they had to leave. The unsettling image remained in their mind, and the idea of staying any longer felt impossible. Cave creature. In 2011, a group of friends were exploring the woods when they spotted an opening to a dark cave. They were curious and decided to take a closer look, but just as they were about to step inside, something terrifying happened. A creepy creature crawled out of the cave. It had a huge skull and a twisted, scary face that made them scared. Without even thinking, the friends turned and ran as fast as they could, not daring to look back. It looked like some kind of alien, or it could be a cryptid, but it was not friendly at all. Hidden cryptid.
Quieto, Seo ahí. Quieto, eso, muy bien, Seo, quieto, ¿no?
A local was playing with his dog in the park, but then something appeared sitting just behind him. It was small, but hard to tell what it was. Some thought it was just a monkey, but its size and movements made others think it might be some kind of mysterious creature. The strange part? The dog and his owner didn't see it at that time with their own eyes. The mysterious figure only appeared on camera, leaving everyone puzzled, and even till today, no one has a clue what exactly that was.
Aquí. Sentado, sentado. Quieto ahí, quieto.
Road Sasquatch. A trucker from Alberta, Canada was driving down a remote road when his dashcam captured an incredible moment. Hidden between the trees, a massive figure stood tall, at least 8 to 12 feet tall. The creature blended with the woods, towering over the landscape, and looked unreal. At the time, the trucker had no idea what he had recorded, but later when he reviewed the footage, he got the shock of his life as he had just recorded a Sasquatch. Staring at him, he was lucky as if the Sasquatch had come in front of him. The story would have been different. Cave demon. This is why you shouldn't explore old caves alone. An explorer in Saudi Arabia came across a cave so old and remote barely anyone had ever visited it when he spotted someone inside. But as soon as he looked, the figure quickly disappeared deeper into the cave. Nervously, the explorer went inside to see what he had seen. What he found was even more terrifying. A figure completely dressed in black, sitting silently in front of him. It wasn't just any figure, it was a demon. Its voice alone gave nightmares. Surely running away was the best option, and entering that cave took more than just courage. Forest spirits. While crossing the woods as usual, this farmer suddenly came face to face with a scene straight out of a horror movie. As he walked through the trees, he saw a woman covered in red and black hair, standing motionless. But it wasn't it. Right next to her was a white humanoid figure was crawling toward him. The creepy beings seemed like forest spirits, their presence unsettling and unnatural. Anyone who crossed their path at night would be terrified, and the farmer became one of them as well. And since that day, he has never used that way, not even in the day.
Cuman kayak gitu doang kemampuan kalian.
Park cryptid. A local was walking through the park, usually crowded, but that day it was empty. He kept walking, unaware of what was ahead. Then in the distance, he saw something. It wasn't human, it was worse. A giant creature moving on all fours came rushing toward him. Before he could react, it jumped over him, clearly aiming to catch him. Terrified, the man kept running, desperate to escape. He made it away, but if you're wondering what it was a cryptid. A creature few have seen, and even rarer, some have survived an encounter with it. The park would never feel the same again. Trail capture.
This video out, y'all. Cryptid University here. This is footage.
Trail cameras are set up to watch animals in the wild, but this one caught something much stranger. A camper had placed his camera near the trees, and when he checked the footage later, he was shocked as he saw a giant furry figure hiding behind the trees. It wasn't just standing, it was hitting trees with a thick branch, almost like it was looking for food or trying to scare something off.
Sasquatch even grabs a limb and knocks another tree with it.
The size, the movements, everything pointed to one thing, that it was a Sasquatch. Luckily, the camper wasn't nearby. If he had been, things could have gone very wrong. Mirror Witch. A terrifying incident took place with a hunter in the woods. Just as he was about to leave, he noticed a figure dressed in white standing silently near a tree. The long hair made it look like a woman, but seeing a woman like that, alone and at that hour, didn't feel right. Then it got worse. He saw something spitting out of her mouth. When she turned, her pale face revealed the truth. She wasn't human, she was a witch. She suddenly ran toward him and he bolted, but before anything more, the video cut off. No one knows what happened next. We just hope he made it out safely from there. Strange footage. You won't believe this until you see it yourself. A camper had set up a trail camera to keep an eye on his camp while he explored the woods. Later, when he checked the footage, he saw something shocking. A creature was standing right in front of his camp. And it wasn't just any creature, it was the Rake. It looked like it was searching for the camper. Luckily, he wasn't there at that time. If he had been, there's a good chance he might not have made it out of the woods. The creepy part was, the Rake seemed to know exactly where the camper had been staying. Odd night. A driver was heading home late one night, crossing through remote woods, when he came face to face with his worst nightmare. He had a thought that maybe something paranormal might happen, and he was right. In the middle of the road, he saw a weird being sitting in a strange way. It didn't look human at all. It looked like a cryptid, one of those creatures known to haunt lonely roads. It just sat there, almost like it was waiting for someone to come close. And who knows, it was waiting for him. The driver didn't wait around to find out and decided to drive away. Farm shapeshifter.
Oh, what the? Is that a guy?
This family was enjoying the view from a hill when two boys started filming the animals below. At first, they were focused on the dogs, who seemed to be chasing something, but soon they caught sight of something even stranger, a large man-shaped figure running toward the woods. Its limbs were long, its body looked pale, and it didn't move like any human. With heavy, giant-like strides, the figure disappeared into the trees. The footage was blurry, but the boys' scared reactions made many believe that what they saw was real, and what they saw was a real shapeshifter.
What was that?
Creature in woods. Everything was normal when a group of friends decided to go camping in the woods until something came up on top of their camper van, and what they saw left them scared. A small creature was sitting on top of the van, watching them. It didn't look like anything they had ever seen before. Its skin looked rough like a reptile, and its big eyes gave it an alien-like appearance. They stood still, not wanting to provoke it. Luckily, the creature didn't stay long. It jumped off and quickly disappeared into the woods, leaving the friends shaken. It was never seen again after that night. Winged demon. While going home late one night, a villager had no idea what he was about to face. On top of a nearby cliff, he spotted a humanoid being sitting quietly. Luckily, the creature was facing away from him, so it didn't notice him. But what caught his eye were its strange, large wings stretching out from its back. It didn't take him long to realize he was looking at something far from normal. It was a demon. The villager knew if the creature turned around and spotted him, that night could easily become his last. Terrifying encounter. While making a vlog around the village, a local suddenly found himself with an encounter he would never forget, as he was enjoying himself when suddenly a being started chasing him. But it wasn't a normal one. It was humanoid, covered in white. To his horror, it was a cannibal. For those who aren't familiar, cannibals hunt beings and consume them. They also haunt anyone who crosses their path. Later, the man realized just how terrifying this encounter could become. Dark being. Two boys were exploring near the canyon below their village when they saw something pale moving between the rocks. They started recording, and that's when they saw something terrifying. A pale, thin figure resembling a woman was crawling up the rocky path toward them. Its dark, pitch-black eyes and thin hair made it look almost demonic. The body seemed human, but everything about it felt wrong. They believed it wasn't a person at all, but a ghost that haunted the canyon, creeping through the night and scaring anyone who dared to get too close. Kuntilanak ritual. On July 26, 2024, a creepy video surfaced online that shook people. It showed a woman in white and red with black hair sitting on a tree trunk. The strange part was that she held something in her hands and appeared to be performing some kind of demonic ritual. Locals who saw the video confirmed that she was a Kuntilanak, a vengeful female spirit from Southeast Asian folklore. The unsettling clip left many unable to sleep, with the ghostly presence of the Kuntilanak remaining in their minds long after. It was a terrifying reminder of the dark spirits that haunt the night. Forest encounter. Going out in a remote area at night can be scary, but this one came straight from a nightmare, as a local was crossing the woods when he heard voices coming from behind some bushes. He decided to check it out, but he had no idea what he was about to face. There, standing in front of him, was a giant furry creature covered in black. It stared at him, and the moment their eyes met, the local knew he had to leave. The creature started moving toward him, and without thinking, he turned and ran as fast as he could. He didn't get a clear look at it, but he believed it might have been a narwhal or a cryptid creature. Unusual sighting. In a remote area, a group of explorers captured scary footage near an old swing set. They noticed a huge figure creeping close by. As they got a better look, it became clear it was a dog man. Even while crouching, it stood almost as tall as the 8-foot swing set. In a strange moment, it even moved one of the swings with its massive paw. Some people thought it was hoax, but cryptid researchers pointed out that the details matched many old stories. The dog man's hunched back and giant size made it look very real. The video was short, and with something like that nearby, the explorers didn't dare stay long. Shadow entity. The homeowner was sleeping, not knowing something strange was moving close to him. In the darkness, a shadowy figure tried to slip past without making a sound. The scene was caught on a home security camera, showing a creature made of pure darkness, blending into the night. Some people thought the footage was a hoax, but others believed it was a real spirit. Yet the creepy sight made many wonder what could really be hiding out there in the dark, just beyond what we can see. Brazil werewolf. Brazil has always been known for strange sightings, and one night, things got even weirder. A resident had set up a trail camera in his backyard after hearing strange stories. For a while, nothing happened, but one night, the camera caught a shocking scene. At first, the garden looked normal, then a massive black creature walked out from the darkness. It moved like a dog, but it was way too big. Some people thought maybe it was a normal animal caught from a strange angle, but the creature's face and size showed it was not normal. Whether it was a werewolf or something else, it left everyone in town feeling uneasy. Unknown chase. One evening, a local was in the woods trying to attract a deer closer by mimicking its calls. As he recorded the scene, he had no idea what was creeping just behind the deer in the bushes. In the distance, two figures stood motionless, their eyes fixed on him. Despite being far away, it was clear they were no ordinary creatures. Their appearance was too unnatural, and as he continued to call, the figures began to move closer. And we don't know what those cryptids have done as the video ended just after, but we hope he might be safe. Graveyard Ritual.
Looks like somebody on a hoodie over there.
This video is going viral across the media for this scary reason. An explorer was in the cemetery at night. In the beginning, everything seemed quiet, but then he saw a light in the distance. As he moved closer, he spotted several figures in the corner of the cemetery, their heads covered with hooded caps. Once the figures left, he cautiously approached and was horrified by what he found.
Up in this little corner over here, hiding behind this tomb.
A demonic ritual, something resembling an Illuminati-like ceremony. But just as he processed what he had seen, a shadowy figure locked eyes with him. He hurriedly chased after it, but when he reached the spot, it vanished. And it was a ghost, and that cemetery was full of mysteries no one wanted to come across.
Oh, graveyard. There is nobody here.
Park Entity. Late at night, this young man wandered through a park far from the safety of the city lights, and soon he realized something was following him. Shadows moved nearby, and for a moment, a dark figure passed by him without a sound. But just seconds later, it appeared right in front of him, a demon, its twisted form seeming to come straight from the depths of hell. He was scared, but didn't show. He knew escaping was difficult, but did it? Beach encounter. A group of friends was relaxing near the beach late at night when they heard footsteps. Might be humans, but no, they weren't. As they turned, they saw a long, skinny figure walking just behind them. The figure moved unnaturally, its limbs too long and thin. It wasn't just any figure, it was the infamous Rake. The moment they saw it, they started running and didn't look back. They had heard enough stories to know exactly what kind of risk they were facing. A similar incident happened at night. A trail cam nearby captured another Rake crossing a trail. It's a reminder, whenever you go into remote places at night, always look around. Who knows what might be watching you? Mirror figure.
The story behind it, and overall, I think it's just...
A YouTube channel uploaded a video that quickly went viral. While filming in a room known for its dark history, one person mentioned not feeling anything odd, but another admitted feeling a strange, heavy presence. As they talked, the camera caught something terrifying in the mirror behind them, and a figure appeared, peeking out from a window. It was something they'd never seen before on camera, adding to the shock. The bizarre sight was even more unsettling, knowing the history of the place. It was clear the spirit that lived there was still watching.
Feeling this room at all. Do you feel weird, Becca?
I actually do feel good.
Otherworldly sighting. While crossing an empty road in India, a resident was heading home when he saw that looked like a scary dream coming true. Sitting creepily in the distance was a figure covered in white, staring straight at him. It felt like the figure was just waiting for him to get closer. This was not just any spirit, it was a penampakan hantu, known from Indonesian culture, where ghost sightings often happen in homes, forests, and lonely places. The resident didn't wait long and decided to leave before anything worse could happen. Asylum ghost. In the tunnels of an abandoned asylum in Canada, a group of friends found themselves caught in a terrifying moment. While searching for a friend who had wandered off, they began filming. As they turned a corner, shouts echoed through the halls, but it was unclear whether the sounds came from their missing friend or someone else.
This place is freaking us out.
The place already felt heavy and weird when a figure's sudden appearance only made it worse. The figure, dressed in white with no visible features, stood right in front of them. Some believe it was the ghost of someone who once lived there and maybe never left. Unexpected encounter. A hiker was exploring the woods when he spotted something straight out of a nightmare. Behind the trees stood a creepy creature. It had a furry body, long arms, and eyes that stared like it knew he was there. It looked like a witch or some kind of monster. He backed away and ran, but things didn't stop there. On his way back, he saw an old abandoned house and decided to hide. As he stepped in, he noticed a shadow behind the broken door. An instant thought came to his mind that it might be the same creature that ended up there, following him from the woods. After that, escape didn't feel possible anymore. Open discussion. Today's open discussion is about this strange video that was uploaded online, which left viewers unsettled. In the footage, 4 figures appeared on a wall, but there was something deeply off about them. They jumped from the wall and hopped forward. Their movements looked like frogs, but the figures were far too large to be any known animal. Their long limbs and unnatural speed made the scene even more disturbing. Online viewers said they were skinwalkers, but some viewers were leaning toward Rake. So what were they? What are your thoughts on it? Do share them in the comments. Thank you very much for watching the video. Share in the comments and do like the video and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again,